Hello friends, been playing a lot of Starfield lately, and I wanted to talk about the brand new lockpicking mechanic they've added into Starfield. It's a lot different, but kind of a lot of the same of what was in Fallout and Skyrim. But Bethesda added brand new minigame into Starfield, so let's load up the game and check it out. Alright, I'm here with Adoring Fan, and we're about to unlock this weapons case. It's locked on an advanced level lock, but before we unlock the weapons case, I want to go into the skills menu and show you the lockpicking skill, which is called Security. Alright, we're going to go over to the skills on the top right, and we're going to go under Tech and Security. So Security is one of the only skills that you don't need to unlock rank 1 first in order to use the skill at all. So in the very beginning of the game, they actually show you lockpicking and they teach you how to do it, and you don't need to add any skills first. So you're going to unlock novice locks and that's it. But there are other skills like the pickpocketing, where you can't pickpocket unless you've already unlocked rank 1, and I'll actually show you that. If we go over to social, and it's called theft in this game, but if you have rank 1 unlocked, you have the ability to pickpocket, and then your chance of being successful just goes up with the different ranks. But you do need to unlock rank 1 to even do it. Now stealth is similar. If you look at the stealth stats, you don't even get a stealth meter unless you unlock rank 1. You can crouch and sneak around, but you don't know if you're actually sneaking or not until you unlock rank 1. Then it makes it a little bit more difficult to sneak. It does add an additional attack damage for sneak attacks, and it gives you that stealth meter. So some skills you can't even do it at all without rank 1, and some skills let you do it right away, but then the other ranks give you just some extra perks. So in Security, rank 1 lets you do advanced locks. So like I said before, you can do novice locks. There's novice, advanced, expert, and master. So you can do novice right away. Rank 1 gets to do advanced locks, and you get 2 auto attempts that can be banked. Now auto attempts are a little bit weird. They just kind of pick the best digipick right away and then automatically place it where you need to use it. It doesn't actually, like, from what I thought in the very beginning was, I thought that you press the button and it just auto picked that one ring, but it doesn't. It's weird. But you can bank 2 auto attempts with this rank of the skill, and banking them, essentially, if you've used the auto attempt, you can pick locks for a little bit, and that will basically give you a little like ring you fill in, and as you pick locks, it'll fill up, and then you get a new auto attempt, and you can save that for later. Rank 2, you can do expert locks, and rings now turn blue when the pick can be slotted, which is actually the best perk for this skill, because it tells you which digipicks work on the ring that you're on, and also tells you which ones don't work on the rings that you have to do later. And I'll show you what I mean by that. But the rings will turn blue if the digipick is good for that ring, and that helps a lot. Now I'm on rank 3, which I can do master level. I just got this far so I can do master level, but the 4 auto attempts don't really do much for me, and I didn't do rank 4 because I don't need it to eliminate the rings that aren't required to solve the puzzle. That might be useful, but you do have to burn up a digipick, and they can be hard to come by in the very beginning, so I don't even really care about that one. But let's go back to the weapons case and unlock it and check out the actual minigame that you can do. Alright, we're looking at this weapons case again. I press A to unlock it, pick up the digipick, and this is the lockpicking minigame. Now something interesting that's showing here is that neither of the rings are blue, and I actually thought that all the digipicks that the game gives you worked on at least one of the rings, but in this particular case, this digipick isn't good for either of the rings, so we know that we're not going to be using this one digipick. And what I mean by not using this one digipick is there are 6 on the side here if you see me rotate through them. As you can see, each one shows blue or white depending on if it's good for that ring or not. And actually there are 2 digipicks in this whole thing that just aren't good for either of them. And there are 2 that are only good for one and not the other. So this round is actually going to be pretty easy. Normally it's not like this, it's a little bit more complicated. But as you can see here, this one is only good for the outside but not for the inside. But we want to make sure that we're putting it on the right spot, because we could do this or we could do this. So those are 2 different ways that you could put this digipick in, and it could mess you totally up if you do it wrong. So let's see. So this one's kind of like the same thing. So if I did this for this one, let me go back. So that's sort of go across. So I would want to then do this. So we can unlock this, and then this would remove that ring altogether. And it removed one of my digipicks because I started the lockpicking. So just pulling up the digipick in the very beginning and starting the minigame altogether, it doesn't use a digipick unless you actually start unlocking one of the rings. Alright, so now I know that two of these will not work on this ring, so I have two other options. So this one goes exactly across, so it could only go on this one. So I'm going to do that. And then this one will go here, and that unlocks this case. It opens up, and I can see what's inside. So I have the Assassin's Refined Side Star, and then ammo that's probably good for it. So I'm gonna pick that up. So I have another case over here. This one's an expert level case, so this is a good example of what we can show you about what an expert level lock will look like. So before I do this, I'm actually gonna do a little quick save. You know, if you see my other video talking about the tips for Starfield, save often because you don't want to mess anything up. So I'm going to press A and open up the minigame here. As you can see, the expert level has 3 rings, so you have a lot to worry about. There's actually more digipicks that are available, so you have to make sure that when you're using one for the external, that it won't be something you need for one of the other 2 rings. So I like to start by going to the digipicks that have the most spots to see if they're good for the outside, and this one's good for the outside only. So let's see. I'll probably have to do it like this. I don't think this will work in any other configuration. So there's no other configuration that I could accidentally do to mess this up. It has to be just like this. There's no other way that we can use this digipick, and this digipick can only be used on the outside, so I know that that's safe to use. So we'll do that. Alright, so we have one that is... oh, yep, there we go. That's perfect. So this one also only works on the outside, and it's exactly the same shape that we need it. The 1 ring down. So, again, we want to search for the one that has the most picks that can also only be used on this ring, and that's... see, this is a weird case because both of these locks have had some really good results. It would never really happen, so maybe I should... here's one of those, like, we should play the Powerball or something. Yeah, see, these are easy. This doesn't happen very often, I'm gonna say. This doesn't happen very often at all. Oh, but this one's really interesting because this looks like this digipick would work here, but it's slightly too wide. It's 1 spot on each side too wide, so it won't work. So we have to use the individual 1 picks. Alright, and there it is. And all that for a tiny bit of ammo. And that's lockpicking in Starfield. And I actually remember seeing this one of the very first gameplay trailers and thinking to myself, wow, that's really cool. I hope that makes it into the official release. And now that we're playing it and I get to do lockpicking all the time, I'm so excited that this is the lockpicking that they decided on. It's similar enough to the old style like in Skyrim and Fallout, but different enough to be just a brand new and just its own experience. I have a lot of fun lockpicking in this game, and I actually really do get excited when I come across a locked case or something, especially when it's a master lock, because I know it's going to be a extra complicated puzzle, and I love puzzles, so it's really great for me. I know it's kind of a frustrating thing for some people, but I think once you get really used to how to do the lockpicking, it becomes easier and easier, and at some point, you have fun doing it, and it's just really great. I absolutely love making these tutorial videos for Starfield, and I actually made a shipbuilding 101 video earlier this week, so if you want to see that, you can click on the link I'm going to leave up there for you. If there's any mechanics in Starfield otherwise that you don't understand, or you just want explained further, or you're having trouble with, let me know in the comments below. Tell me what mechanic it is, and I'll go ahead and I'll look into it, do some research, make a video just like this one, and if you're interested in more videos like this one, go ahead and click right here on my face to subscribe. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the Starfield.